But yeah, so she does that, and I don't know. So I guess you can just go ahead and say anything you want, or.
Well, oh, this is my wife Susan.
Susan, hi.
This is Andy.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I hear you're a wonderful swimmer.
Oh, I know how to swim.
There you go.
But he did train under Charlie. I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
Oh gosh.
It is Charlie, good old Charlie, and then excuse me, this.
To me, it was frightening and exciting at the same time. I think frightening because I don't know anything about construction. I really am not good at envisioning a dream. You know, we had lived here a number of years and we knew we wanted to change things, but really how those would get translated into something physical was really beyond me. So, you know, we started on this trek. I mean, it took a lot of money and dreaming, and then it got down to selecting the contractor. And to me, that's really was going to be the most important part, because all I had ever heard about people that remodeled was the bad stories. You know, that the contractor was from hell, you know, they did this, they didn't do that. And, you know, I was going, man, you know, one, I don't know anything about it. I can't interject myself. But I've got to trust this firm, this person, a contractor, and yet all of the stories are bad ones. So to me, it was like, you know, we sat down and we started looking up contractors, calling, asking maybe our architect, asking other people who they had used, and you go through an interview. And it's a really important interview to see what kind of work they've done. If you see what kind of work they've done, then you can say, yeah, that's the taste we have in mind. Or some of them, it was like, no, I mean, it's probably great stuff, but it wasn't us. But, you know, you do that, and you make a selection, but there's still a whole lot of trust. It's as we were talking earlier, it's the trust all the way from your neighbors. You live here with them, and we live in a small cul-de-sac. And, you know, you gotta protect those relationships. That was a great experience. I mean, our contractors, Mascheroni, went out and on day one, or even before anything started, they reached out and said, look, if you need anything, let us know. Come to us first. So our neighbors really didn't come to us complaining about the contractors. And we did some major reconstruction, so they were here a lot. It really pushed the envelope. Trusting them to stick to a budget and a timeline. You know, that's a big article of faith, because I had heard not only were the contractors just hard to work with, but the cost got away from you. So you need somebody that's really going to be upfront with you and hold you to it in your timelines. Project management is important. We, you know, Mascheroni, they were very professional project managers. Just the communication. Our architect was great, but, you know, it's an older home, and as you get into the guts of it, I guess things come up that the architect could not project, and, you know, Mascheroni would say, look, you can do it this way or this way. And they would physically show me, because I'm really not too good at envisioning these type of things. And so you really feel like you were making an educated guess. So, you know, to me, I had heard all of the bad stories, because unfortunately that's what people do. But God, it worked. I still walk around smiling. It was a great experience. I had, you know, somebody, and I felt like it was something we had a role in, but great partnership.
So you enjoyed the overall experience?
Yes, I did. And I think that probably sounds masochistic because it goes on, but no, it was a great positive experience. I feel like it was ours. You know, the architect did a hell of a job, but in the construction, the detail, I still see detail that I go, wow, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
But it was something that I felt that I was I was able to be an active partner, and I was able to be an active partner because Mascheroni educated me on what my options were. And that's important. I don't do this for a living, you know. And so I was educated, so yeah.
And you mentioned something about the binder at the end with all the different products and what to...
Yeah, I mean, the attention to detail, not only in the remodeling of the house and the communication and the neighbors, but all the way to when it was over, taking all of the appliances, you know, the manuals, organizing that for us, setting it up so that at any point in time, if the refrigerator leaked or something, we knew who to call, who to do this and that and the other. And it was great. And sure enough, our refrigerator did leak one time when we were gone. And so we knew what to do. This was well after the remodeling, but Tim and Rob were here. They heard about it. They set things up. They got the guy here to do the floor to match it all up. They didn't have to do all of that stuff after the fact. So the attention to detail and kind of a long-term commitment, they take pride in it.
And how about promises? I know people a lot of time make promises, things are going to happen, we're going to get you this. Overall, did the promises were made, and were they able to be kept?
Yes, some of the promises they tempered our enthusiasm. If we were going to select brand X of a tub or whatever it is, from their experience they could go, okay, with this company, it's going to take this much longer, okay, or it's going to, so we made educated decisions. Some of them it was worth waiting on, but yes, they came through on, they leveraged their experience.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys have got a lot of experience. I mean, it's a really thick portfolio. So I had the ability to kind of share that knowledge. It was leveraged.
Mm-hmm. And you mentioned communication. That I know as from working with the company, it's so important that when the communication breaks down, the homeowner doesn't realize what's going on. No one talks to them, and they're in limbo, and they get scared. They're terrified. Once again, they're not familiar with what's going on.
Exactly.
How did you experience any of that?
No, I was prepared for it because like I said, it's our dreams. You've kind of laid yourself out there bare. It's a lot of money. And then we needed to move out during the construction, so that's even more money and time. So you've kind of laid yourself out there. And all the way along, we had great project management. And to me, project management begins with communication. We knew exactly what was going to happen when. We were constantly communicated with, and yet not beat to death with minutia. They were there keeping us informed. And, I was impressed. I had no idea how long this takes. But at the end of every day, the cleanup was amazing. So that I could, come by after work, and it was cleaned up, and I could see what was going on. And so that attention to detail and respect was cleaned up. The neighbors didn't have to complain. But if no matter what time, I could say, Rob, I'm getting off work late. I'd really like to talk with you to see this. Rob would always make time. He would always be here. So the communication, the willingness to be open and flexible with my schedule, our schedule, it's a lot of respect. So I couldn't be more happy.
And as costs are always, you mentioned that too, costs are very important, and people have terrible stories about change orders and how they get hit with these outlandish, charges that they're not honestly being proposed or not presented. And how did you feel the whole change order process? Did you have options, and were you happy, and you were given all the knowledge you needed to make an educated decision?
I think that, to me, a change order is managing risk. And so if you know early enough in the game, you can mitigate those risks. So you can mitigate a change order. I think we had some, I know we had some, I don't know how many, but we always had options in it. And so I never felt victimized or helpless when it came to a change order. And we always went into it with our eyes open. You make decisions, but most of that is really through planning. I am a pharmacist, and I do a lot of project management on more complex, computer stuff. And if you are a good project manager, you communicate, you can mitigate those risks, it's really not that much of an issue.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's where people resent it, is when they don't understand and they're not educated, they're not made part of it. I always felt a part of what decisions were made.
And if you could pick, I don't know, 3 things, if you're going to try to describe us to a potential client about the good aspects, I don't know, just 3 offhand, or just what top things would you select to describe us, to maybe convince them that they have never gone through this, just to reassure them that things are going to be okay, don't be terrified, that there is actually someone going to be there with you to kind of guide you through the process?
I think one of the first words I would use is a partner. Partnerships require trust, and I don't do anything blind trust. So you educate yourself about your alternatives. You go into that relationship knowingly. So a partnership, if you've got that basic trust, then you've got a foundation to build on. I think the second thing would be to find someone that you can just talk to, that has the experience that you can talk to. We're, the homeowner, we're the least educated one in this whole equation. I need to have someone that I can talk to, that I can use my terminology. I can try to articulate, describe a dream, a look. So I need someone that understands that can translate it. It's not all done by the architect. Some of it is in progression as you build. So having someone that you can talk to, that you can trust them to leverage their experience and their confidence. The third one is one that I'll never forget. Tim's wife Cindy said it in the very beginning. She said, enjoy it. It's going to be the time of your life. This is your dream. Enjoy it. And I thought to myself, God, she's crazy. How can someone enjoy putting that much at risk, going into something? But she's right. It's go into it with that attitude and enjoy it. It's gonna be what you make it and let it be. And if you've got the right partner and you can communicate, it does. It translates into something. Like I said, I still smile. And there aren't that many things in my life this major that I can go, yeah, we did good.
You know what, you've said almost you were just like perfect.
No, I'm sorry. And it's all true.
Yeah.
And I think that's the part that I want you and Tim and Russ, you guys ought to be really proud of yourselves. you're working with us at a very vulnerable point, and you came through. That's a heck of a lot to be proud of. Not many people have that opportunity, and those that do, there's even a smaller subset that deliver. So, you know, I keep telling you guys, I am really proud to know you. You did good. It was a good experience.
Thank you very much for that. I think that's all. What else? Let me see if there's any more questions. I don't know. You are very articulate. I believe everything, and I thank you for everything.
Oh, I'm sincere. Very sincere.
No, I don't think there's anything. I think thank you. I think all we can say is go Bears. Right? Yeah.
Absolutely.